my role in Venice this year is to present Ecstasy, or Extáze, as we call it officially in Czech, because we brought the original Czech version of this movie to Venice 85 years after it was premiered in this festival in 1934. Extáze is considered a masterpiece, and this is one of the two main reasons why the film is so well known by everyone, because it's present in the history textbooks. But the second reason, and it's probably the more popular one, is that the film is showing a fully naked human body. Most probably this is the first non-pornographic film which is exploring the quality of a nakedness of human body. Ecstasy was directed by Gustav Machati, who was a very ambitious Czechoslovak director in the 1920s and 1930s, and he, at the end of the silent era in the 1920s, he made a beautiful film called Eroticon. So he apparently had some kind of tendency towards attractive titles of his films. Then at the beginning of sound era, he produced a film called From Saturday to Sunday, which was also restored by the Národní filmový archiv in Prague. And Ecstasy was the title which was waiting for its restoration for some time, because it was quite a challenge to put all the elements together and kind of finish this puzzle of all kinds of sources in order to recreate the original Czech version of the film. The reaction of the audience was extremely satisfactory, because it was a pre-opening event, so there were many important people from the film industry and from the cultural scene. The screening itself was introduced by the president of La Biennale, Paolo Baratta, and the director of the film festival, Alberto Barbera. They were very happy to welcome Ecstasy to Venice after so many years, and I must say that it was a beautiful experience to see the film in its original aspect ratio, format of the image, and with a very good quality of the sound system. And I like the attention of all the technical staff of the festival, which was paid to the authenticity of the presentation of the film itself. And after the screening, we had many people from the industry and from the cultural scene coming up, and with very nice kind of compliments, I must say, which belong to my restoration team and to the whole institute of Národní filmový archiv in Prague. I think it's part of the mission of each film heritage institution to bring the classical films back to the audiences, because we don't exist only in order to keep all the films in good shape, in good conditions in the vaults. We need to have the classical films, the film heritage as a whole, which is the main challenge. We need to make it available for the new purposes, for the new usage, for the new educational purposes, and basically for making the cultural heritage alive. So sometimes it happens that you have such a big presentation like here in Venice, but in a daily routine, so to speak, we need to work on different distribution channels in order to make whatever newsreels and much less famous films than the awarded films which were presented at various film festivals in the past. we need to take care of the film heritage as a whole, and try to make different layers, parts, and segments of it available for the new audiences, which is obviously not sitting in front of a TV set, but rather dealing with the screens of all kinds and sizes. So online distribution is probably one of the most important channels for the heritage institutions now and in the future. But still, cinema is cinema, so it should go to the big screen in regular movie theaters, and we're very happy that there are so many single-screen cinemas, art houses across the world who are still interested in classical cinema. So we are trying to motivate them in order to include also the much less known films like classical Czech films, to keep them in their programs. And I'm very grateful that our sales team and people who are taking care of the presentation of films are so successful in this, so that we can make Czech films available for the international audiences.